As a child growing up in the 70s and 80s, um, the early days of anime for me and Japanese TV shows, some great action shows. This is before Saban brought in Power Rangers into the U.S. Actually, we did see some of this stuff in Go Sentai Ranger and many other series that aired on uh, Nippon Television back when I was younger. I got to see these. They were great. If you haven't seen them yet, some of them are on YouTube. There are some companies on YouTube that's doing on there. You could also catch them on some of them, the older ones and the newer ones, on Pluto TV, Plex, and several other companies on there. I don't think Tubi has it as of yet. They have some of the mid-range stuff on their site, but not on the fast channels. But a lot of the other places do have fast channel episodes of some of the earlier works and some of the current ones within the last couple of years. Now, we're all familiar with the Power Rangers, and the way Saban has done this, and they've been very popular. And they're still making episodes today. New Power Rangers every season or two, depending on how popular that particular season becomes. And there has been tragedy on there, including some from the original season one. Recently we lost Jason David Frank due to suicide. Thung Trang, who played Trini in the original series, The Yellow Ranger, we lost her as well years ago. Things have changed. And I think they had a classic movie recently, sort of a comeback. There have been some internet ones as well, some fan-based ones, which have been very good as well. But the thing about it is that a lot of the actors and actresses that have done these shows, what have they gone beyond this? What have they done? Well, we're going to look at one particular Yellow Ranger and what has happened to her. And we'll get into that in a moment. But before we start, I just wanted to take this moment to thank all of you for clicking on this video. If you haven't yet, hit that like, share this video with friends, family, enemies, and hopefully today I've earned your subscription. And for those of you already subscribed, please make sure you are still subscribed, as YouTube tends to remove subscriptions from time to time. And remember, if you wish to help support this channel, there are several links in the description below, including a merch shop with new anime themed shirts and mugs now available. Once again, thank you for your support, and make sure you hit that notification bell to make sure you receive all our notifications on Cuticast TV and all of our programming across all of our social media platforms. Thank you once again. From Marcia, Yellow Power Ranger joins OnlyFans. I need to do something to survive. If you're familiar with Monica May, she played Elizabeth Z. Delgado in the Power Ranger SPD. The iconic children's series Power Rangers SPD, broadcast between 2005 and 2006, propelled many of the cast members to worldwide fame, but that success didn't last forever, and one of them has decided to move into the world of OnlyFans. That was the case with Monica May, who played Elizabeth Z. Delgado in the SPD Yellow Ranger. After the series, Monica May continued in the world of TV and cinema, but with less fame. She appeared in the Suite of Life of Zack and Cody, the movies Battle Planet, and Acrylic, but they weren't hits. Her acting career especially went downhill at the time of the coronavirus pandemic, so she decided to start posting adult content. It was a really difficult decision, but I need to do something to survive, she told Pop Culture, as reported by the Daily Star. I think OnlyFans has given me a chance to be myself, to be in control of my life and my body. Since 2020, she has been uploading content onto OnlyFans, becoming the very popular and even making reference to the iconic yellow Power Ranger. Many of her fans, including those who have followed her since the Power Ranger show, have criticized her for the radical change, despite the fact that the 17 years have already passed since she's played the character for children. In another interview with Newsweek, she further explained the decision to try this new line of work. There are a lot of people who have a problem with it, with porn, but ultimately it's my body, my choice, what I do with it, she said. I'm doing what I like. And, you know, I respect her for that. You have to remember, she's not the only one that has gone to this. You also have to look at Maitland Ward, who used to be on Boy Meets World, and she did, I think it was The Bold and the Beautiful back in the day. She's moved on to, you know, she's gone to porn. She has a porn career, and I'll tell you, she has become very successful. She has a book out. She's won multiple awards, and she's doing very well for herself, and she's very happy in the industry. You know, not saying there's no, you know, there are people that are not, that are unsuccessful in the industry, and that does happen. We know some of them, you know, out there who are trying to demonize the industry because they did not have a good career. And you have the reverse. You have porn actors coming into the mainstream on there. You know, Tracy Lords happens to be one, and there have been many other. Amber Lynn has done a tout of a couple of low budget films in the industry back years ago as well, and several others. You know, even Ron Jeremy did a comedy porn about his privates, which was a hysterical horror one on there. You wouldn't believe that they did something up to this nature. But, you know, sometimes this does happen in the industry. And I tell people, you know, when it comes down to, because you hear people, they're like, well, I want to be a rap singer, I want to be a content creator. Not everyone is suited to this. Not everyone is suited to do certain things in their life, certain, you know, like movie stars. They may not get the right part for themselves. You know, it's not a shame that you don't, but it's, you know, but there are many other things in the world that you can do in your life. You know, Monica May has decided she wants to do OnlyFans. If she's happy with that, you know, be happy for her that she's happy, that she's not sitting there, you know, thinking about taking her own life. Which we hear this on a constant. We said Jason Frey, he took his life. Why he took his life, you know, a lot of people speculate to that situation. You know, depression is a major issue in this country and many other places. You know, mental health is to this issue as well. But the thing about it is, you have to remember, adult content, you know, when you're looking at pornography and so on, it's an artwork. It's art. You know, entertainment is art, and people have to understand that. You know, we talked in the video before how people, you know, from the religious right, they want to slam, you know, anime and adult, you know, calling it child pornography and all this. But the thing about it is, the truth of the matter is that it's art. Whether it's a G-rated movie or an X-rated movie, it's artwork. It's someone who put something on paper to tell a story, to paint a picture in your mind of what is going on, what they feel. And some of it's emotional. There are people who wrote their emotions on there, whether it's stuff that they're a little bit crazy up in the head, you know, like so you heard that in certain movies, you know, a couple of the Tom Cruise movies, a couple of other action films out there. Minority Report comes to mind on one of them. iRobot. You know, you talk about certain things that just basically that are the topics of the day, and you bring that forward. Other things is you have romance, you have action, adventure, you have stuff for the kids, great stuff for the kids, which they try to push away from you and change them and add these politics to this. And we've seen what happened with Little Mermaid to that situation. You know, and Elemental is probably going to be another trash horde in itself. We've lost to the point where there are people in this industry that just don't realize that people are suited in certain directions and not in certain ones. If you want to sit there and model all day long, there's nothing wrong with that, whether it's nude or not. If you're doing porn, God bless you if you want to do that with the rest of your life. It's not an easy industry to be in. Sex workers need to basically, number one, they should be unionized and not by the actors union or anything. They should be on their own, because they you've seen this around the world, that they're starting to become unions and groups because they're not getting the respect. You have people putting laws and regulations that's going to put them back on the streets with the pimps and the dealers and all that. All you got to do is look, check out The Deuce, because I grew up with this. The Deuce is on HBO. It's a story about 42nd Street and the prostitution, the pornography, the mob situation in Times Square at that time period. And it wasn't a good time, even for pornography, at a starting point. I think today, the way things have changed in the industry, it has become a full-out Hollywood-type studio productions on there. Most of what was back then was back-of-the-house productions that just basically were shooting left and right. And the thing is, they got in trouble in certain places. Certain places they got shut down, arrested on there. But that was then. This is now. It's changed a lot. Some of those back then, they were legitimate. They wanted to make movies. They wanted to, some of those porn movies, like the gay ones, they were artistic. They were trying to bring out situations that was going on in the gay community at that time period. But they're still demonized to this day. So, tell me in the comments below your thoughts on there. You think Monica May has done a good decision, bad decision as far as going to OnlyFans? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to share this video, hit that like. Don't forget if you're on YouTube, hit that bell or whatever reminder is on all the other social media platforms. And hopefully today's the day I've earned your subscription on there. So thank you for clicking on this video. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now.